Good morning, everyone. It's Krebs here. I hope you're all having a very nice day, or about to have a nice day. I've got a little bit of exciting news for you guys. Just more details about Company of Heroes 2. Now, as a commentator and a sort of community liaison, I suppose you could say, I try to get out any information about Company of Heroes 2 as soon as I possibly can for you guys. I don't know, I think it's my duty to do that for you guys, right? So, what I'm going to be doing for you guys is showing you some images in front of your screen of some stuff that I snatched off the Company of Heroes forum, and also some wee nifty points from there. I'll also link you guys to the forum thread where you can talk about it and see some more details that I have not mentioned in this video. Alright, so let's get on to it. Now, these are a few of the points that were mentioned. 110 people are working on Company of Heroes 2. My god, I was not expecting 110 people. Whenever we saw pictures of the Relic staff, we always saw like a handful. Now, obviously, I didn't think that would be a handful of people just working on Company of Heroes 2, but it gave the impression that there was a small membership to the actual crew, right? Now, let's see what else they say. Again, the right use of the dynamic environment is important, not the amount of troops. Another great thing, the dynamic environment. Producer Greg Wilson says that the SS 3.0 engine is an eye level with Call of Duty or Battlefield. So I'm guessing that they must mean the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and also Battlefield 3. I imagine so anyway. I'm not sure if I would agree with Modern Warfare 3 just because it's not, that great, but maybe Battlefield 3 then. Okay, that sounds good. True sight examples: use smoke grenades to sneak through areas without uncovering your best troops, or blow a gap in a wall to see what is behind it. Again, if you want a better example of what true sight is probably like, I imagine it's going to be like probably Men of War. If you ever played Men of War or want to check it out, go see a video of Men of War and you'll sort of understand this sort of limited scope that these troops have, or enemy or units. And so I think the true sight is going to be going down somewhere along that line. The weather is extremely realistic. Snow gathers on static objects and gets blown away by explosions. Great stuff. I love these dynamic environments. Snow is not a texture but has depth. So infantry move very slowly in deep snow with nice animation. It's easier on the street, but the enemy knows that too. Alright, so basically, again, with this whole dynamic environment, the snow accumulating on places where there's no movement. The deeper snow is going to be affecting troops' movement, and it's actually going to affect the animations. It's not like every animations for the troops is just the same. They have different animations when they're moving from lighter areas, shallow snow, to more deeper ones. That is great. This is the sort of stuff that we don't really think of. As just players in a game, we always expect, we'd like improvements in a game when a sequel comes out, but we don't exactly know specifically what, and it's these fine details that these game developers come up with that we gotta really appreciate. Flamethrowers can destroy a house completely. It was slowly burned down until it can't be used anymore. Soldiers can now jump over their cover. The AI in the campaign is now not scripted anymore. They use the same AI as in the skirmish mode, which makes it more interesting. The recoil when the T-34 shoots, that is a Russian tank, even affects the environment physics. Ground shakes. They want the co-op mode to be really big because a high amount of players prefer to play with other players against the AI. I'm not sure if I can agree with that. I personally prefer playing against real people, but I see tons of people that play against the AI. I guess it's just a matter of preference. And hey ho, if that's what majority of people do, and I actually imagine that must be true, that majority of people actually play against AI, then okay, they're catering to the majority audience. And that's cool, as long as the multiplayer against real people is not going to be affected. That's fine in my books, whatever, go for it. German troops stand out with their advanced technology compared with the Russians. Upgrades and tactical use of the special abilities are more important for the Wehrmacht than for the Soviets. The Russians rely on mass but class and like to use brute force. They got many powerful tanks. You are able to steal the enemy vehicles. So now we already see this difference between the two factions. Basically the higher in numbers of the Russians and also the more advanced technology of the Wehrmacht. So going down along the historical lines, whilst also supplementing and complementing all of this historical aspects of the game with great, fantastic gameplay mechanics. That's very important to me, the gameplay mechanics, because that's the reason I think a lot of us play Company of Heroes in the first place, is because not only is it an interesting time area. I mean, there's a lot of other games like Men of War that have, or Order of War and Ruse and sort of stuff, you know, stuff like that that has the same sort of timeline, but it's not. We don't stay with those games because they don't have the same gameplay mechanics that we like. So if you're really talking about the game that you're looking forward to, it's not really the historical aspect, don't get me wrong, that's a big portion of it as well. It's the gameplay mechanics that we're really looking forward to here. That's what separates us from playing other games. Also, the last point that we should make here, actually, stealing the enemy vehicles is really important as well. So again, like Men of War, stealing enemy vehicles. I have a feeling there's a lot of inspiration in this Company of Heroes 2. Base building will stay in the game! There we go, so base building is staying in the game. If you wanted the game to turn out like Europe in Ruins, where you just call in units, unfortunately that is not going to happen. In a way, I'm disappointed, but in a way, I'm also glad as well. I had a lot of thinking about this, whether it'd be a good idea to have base building or not, and I think actually it would be a good idea to have base building. The reason is it stays to its core traditions of the game. Also, it's not going to alienate too many people, because maybe people would prefer building bases, and if they couldn't do that, then they wouldn't really like to stay in Company of Heroes then. But then again, now that you can build bases and you can still have your units going out to the field and fight, it caters to a wider audience. And at the same time, if you didn't have bases, then you wouldn't really have that annihilation mode that we all are accustomed to in Company of Heroes. So I'm actually really glad that's going down that way. Now, just before I'm going to be finishing off this video, we've also got a little bit more information from the Company of Heroes Facebook, where they mentioned that they are going to be getting ready for a world press release of their game, Company of Heroes 2, and they've also shown a nifty image of their setup that they're going to be using as the press are going to be coming to them. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this news. And if you want to check out some more details about what people have been saying, you can check out the Company of Heroes forums, and the link is in the description box below. So until next time, guys, see you all later. Bye-bye.